Hi everyone, and welcome to the Knit California channel. My name is Leslie and I'm a knitter from Southern California, but I'm currently living in a fairy tale on a knitting tour through the Scottish Highlands. Every day we wake up in a 4-star hotel, board our luxury coach, and are whisked away to yarn shops, knitting workshops, Scottish attractions, or whatever else is on the day's itinerary. So join me on this 10-day trip as I experience Scotland for the first time through the lens of fiber and make some new memories to last for life. Hi everyone, and welcome to Scotland. My name is Leslie. I'm a knitter from Southern California, and yes, I'm normally in Southern California, but today we are in Scotland. I am here for a knitting tour. The tour officially starts tonight, but I've been here in Scotland, mostly in Edinburgh, for the last couple of days. And I wanted to talk to you about what I've been doing over the last couple of days before we get into the knitting tour vlog content. So let me tell you, let me give you the tea, let me give you the dirt. So I flew from San Diego through Washington Dulles into Edinburgh. I left on Friday afternoon and arrived in Edinburgh on Saturday morning. No, it was about Saturday afternoon. I was definitely traveling for at least 24 hours. Well, no, there's a time change. I left at like noon California time and landed at like noon Scotland time. So it felt like 24 hours, but there's an 8-hour time difference. Anyways, we don't need to talk about time differences and time zones. When I landed, it was really easy to get a taxi into the city center and into like where my hotel was. My room wasn't ready yet, which was kind of a bummer because obviously I was very tired. But I went and I was able to find lunch near the hotel. I sat there for quite a long time because I was expecting my room to be ready soon. It wasn't, but I eventually worked up the courage to leave the restaurant and go walking around outside. And I made my way over to Princes Street Gardens. I saw Ross Fountain and my first view of Edinburgh Castle, which, I mean, anywhere you see Edinburgh Castle from you're on the ground and the castle is up here, it's just a really gorgeous view. So seeing that for the first time, especially with the fountain in the foreground, was gorgeous. And that was pretty much my first day here, because when my room was finally ready, I went to sleep. Well, I mean, I stayed up till 8 p.m., but then I went to sleep. I didn't have dinner that night because I was too out of it. Anyways, the next day was Sunday, and I was on my own the morning of Sunday also, and I decided to get on the hop-on, hop-off bus, which I've never really done one of these, but I had a really great time on it. It was a really great way to see the city, listen to some commentary on the city, and just get driven around, see some of the sights, relax for a little bit while you're doing some sightseeing. Yes, it's very touristy, but one thing about me, I love a good touristy thing. I have no problem with that at all. So I really loved it. One of the other things that I really wanted to make sure that I did on Sunday was take a walk over and a preview at Ginger Twist Studios. So we are going to Ginger Twist Studios on Thursday for a private shopping experience and a yarn dyeing demonstration. But I knew with a lot of people on this knitting tour that I wanted to go on my own a little bit first see what was in the shop, have a little bit of like quiet time to shop around and like view everything, be able to view everything when there weren't like 20 to 30 people in the shop all at the same time. So I did purchase some things on my first day here. Yes, let me grab them. Let me show you what I purchased. So one of my big projects that I planned on looking for yarn for is I want to make a stuffed animal Highland cow, Highland coo. And I saw this yarn. I was like going into the cubbies, feeling all of the yarn, obviously, as you do. And I pulled out this specific skein and I looked at the color name and it says Shade 14 Highland Cow. And I said, look at that. This is going to be the yarn for my Highland cow. And it's perfect because they're 50-gram skeins, fingering weight. They had all different colors. The like stuffed animal pattern itself is supposed to be worsted weight, but then there's also a dress. So it's like a, you know, a girl Highland coo. But I figured I will hold this double for the actual like cow pattern. And then for the dress, I can hold it single. So I've got these two colors for the cow itself. The pink will be like its mouth. And then the dress, I got blue and white. It's like a color work pattern dress. And I wanted blue and white for the Scotland flag. It's not like a Scotland flag design, but I wanted the colors to represent the Scotland flag. And this yarn specifically is the, it says www.wecountyyarns.co.uk, Kinross 4-ply, 100% superfine lamb's wool. Yeah, We County Yarns. We County Yarns. Spun in Scotland by Todd and Duncan. Thank you, Todd and Duncan. So anyways, I'm really excited about this. This is gonna be a really fun project. So that was the first thing I picked up. And then I also found these. This is Rosario's 4 Alvor eco-friendly collection. It is 50% linen and 50% wool in this really gorgeous purple color. It's color number 11. There's no name on it. But I really, really liked this color. I don't think you can tell on screen. Maybe you can. There are 2 different dye lots, which I'm kind of annoyed about. So when we go back, I might see if they have more. I think these were the only 2 colors, 2 balls of this color that they had. But I might see if they have any more of either of these dye lots. If they do, I will try to make an exchange. If not, then my plan is to do micro stripes of these, whether it's like 2 rows of each or 4 rows of each. So you can like slightly see the stripes, but like not really. I don't know. I think it'll still be cool. Anyways, really excited about that. So that's what I picked up at Ginger Twist Studios. I also got some like gorgeous hand embroidered stitch markers. These are sheep. These are like flowers and the thistle, which is like the Scotland national flower. So I really liked that. Okay, so that was like one of the main things that I really wanted to do the first day. The next day, I finally met up with Rachel from Rachel is Knitting, and her parents are here, and we walked around everywhere. So we went to the Grass Market, we went to the Vennel Steps, we went to Victoria Street, We went to the Royal Mile. We went to the Scottish Textile Showcase, which is actually, it's like a yarn textile shop that Rachel went to for like a demonstration on the Scotland knitting tour that she did last year, but we are not doing it on this tour this year. So I wanted to go, I wanted to check it out, I wanted to see everything that was there. They have knitting from Hazel Tyndall, who is recognized at this time as the fastest knitter in the world. So this is a coaster that was knit by Hazel Tyndall. I wanted to get one because obviously it's very cool. And I also picked out these two skeins of yarn while I was there. And this is Balmerino DK, 100% Balmerino, luxurious Scottish wool. So soft it can be worn next to the skin. Color Harebell. Yeah, so more yarn that we found there. Let's see, some of the other things that I have done since being here. I went to the National Gallery, I saw a bunch of art. We went to Dean Village. I tried haggis for the first time.
Oh, it's good. It tastes like meatloaf. Yeah, it's good.
That was an experience. I didn't hate it. I took a small bite. I felt like I just needed to try it. To me, it tasted like meatloaf. I don't necessarily know if I like need to eat a full meal of it, but I tried it and it was fine. And now I can say that I've done it. And yeah, I mean, now we are at our first official tour hotel. We are at the Dalmahoy Hotel and Country Club. It's also like a big golf course. Fun fact, they filmed an episode of last season's The Bachelor here. Grant and his ladies were here, so that's very exciting. And tonight is our welcome dinner where we'll finally get to meet everyone. There are a lot of people, a lot of returners from the first Ireland tour and a couple from the second Ireland tour. I was on both, so there are a good number of people that I already know, but there's also a lot of new people here to meet. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'm really excited to like get the tour started. Obviously, this has been planned for so long that, you know, now that it's finally here, it's so exciting. So I'm gonna pause here and we're gonna get the rest of the vlog going. This episode specifically is going to include all of this footage that you've already seen from the pre-tour, as well as everything from tonight and then tomorrow, the first day of the actual tour. So tomorrow morning, I'll tell you everything that we're doing. I don't wanna like say it over and over again. I will, I'm so excited about it, but I don't wanna get repetitive here. So yeah. The other thing to note, not to like, you know, talk about the weather every single day, but we've had unusually warm weather here, according to Scotland and all of the Scotlanders. But yeah, it's been really, really warm in the 60s, like cloudy in the morning, but then the clouds go away and it's been sunny. And I have worn none of my full-length sweaters. Every day I've worn either my Palm Springs tank or my Farnham tee with my Midland cardigan. And my cardigan will go on, my cardigan will go off, my cardigan will go on, my cardigan will go off, depending on if we're in the sun, if we're in the shade, or if we have just walked up or down a set of stairs. So I expect that as we start traveling into the Highlands over the next couple of days, It may just like get a little bit cooler in general. Hopefully I can wear my sweaters a little bit more, but you never know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just be wearing my tees and tanks and cardigans the whole week, and that'll be that. And I'll still be really cute, and I'll be really happy and really excited. Who knows? We'll find out, won't we? All right, let's go have dinner. Let's go meet everyone. And let's get this thing started. We made it to the Dalmahoy. Here's our little room with our little beds. It's very cute. What does the bathroom look like? Pink. Whoop. Very cute. Good morning. It is Thursday, I think, May 15th. I'm not going to know my days any day. So every day I'm going to say, I think. I don't know what day it is. But it's the first official day of the tour on the itinerary. I guess it says day 2, but it's the first official day of the tour. We're actually getting on the bus today. We're doing some fun things. So let me tell you what we're doing. First, breakfast, 7 a.m. Then at 9:30, we're meeting our tour guide in the lobby. Well, actually in the cocktail bar. But she's going to give us a rundown on how everything is going to go. And then we are going to head out and get on the bus, and we're going back into Edinburgh for the day. We are going to Dovecot Studios for a tour and a demonstration. I need to look up what that is. I don't know what that is. We'll find out. And then we have lunch. And then we're going to a Chocolatarium. And we're having some sort of chocolate workshop. And then we're going back to Ginger Twist Studios. And we're doing some shopping. And we're having a yarn dyeing demonstration. And then at that point, it's going to be 9 p.m. And then we get to have dinner. So everyone's going to be really tired and cranky and hungry. I'm definitely going to bring a snack because I've been looking at these times for weeks now and knowing that this is going to be an interesting day. So I'm bringing a snack. But I'm really excited. I have already picked out my outfit for today. Very excited. It's going to be very cute. So let me get changed and show you. Okay, here's the outfit. Ta-da! It's my green Palm Springs tank. I need to get a little necklace with my flower skirt and, can't see it, my white tennis shoes and my purple Midland cardigan. I really like this combo with you can't see me, either the green or blue Palm Springs tank under my purple Midland. I think it's really cute. And this is going to be a fun outfit to walk around in all day. And I need to bring my big tote bag. I brought my really big flock tote bag, was the only tote bag that I brought, with the intent
of, or the thought that I would probably be getting like a lot of other tote bags. But that hasn't happened yet, which I'm kind of annoyed about, but that's okay. Totally fine. But I need to be carrying some things today. So I'll have my big white flock tote bag, my knitting bag. This is the knitting bag I brought. Have you seen my Loch Ness pin, Nessie? She's so cute. And my regular purse. But I'll probably put this inside the tote bag today, because I don't need to be carrying like everything separately. Okay, let's go to breakfast.
The breakfast buffets in Scotland were legit. I typically started the day with a small coffee, usually a cappuccino or flat white, and a little muffin or croissant and some cheese. A lot of hotels had brie, which is my favorite to put on a croissant. I would have some eggs, either in an omelet or scrambled, and then my new favorite breakfast item ever, the potato scones. We then met up with our tour guide, Noreen. Noreen was our fearless leader throughout the trip and a big highlight for everyone. It's almost time to get on the bus. Here's our bus for the day. I don't think this is going to be our bus for the whole trip. We have a different bus today, but here it is.
Look to the left-hand side, the castle's bit up sharp left, and the names of the pubs. There's one coming up here, and it's called The Last Drop. Now, it doesn't literally mean the last drop of whiskey, it means the last drop as of the hanging. So I think it's up here somewhere, the last drop. There it is in the black, the last drop. So that's the last hanging took place, just there in the glass market.
We started the morning at Dovecot Studios. Dovecot Tapestry Studios is a world-renowned producer of hand-woven tapestry and gun-tufted rugs. We first toured their current art exhibit on the Scottish colorists and then made our way upstairs to the viewing deck to get the opportunity to watch the master weavers at work. Dovecot Studios was founded in 1912 by the 4th Marquess of Bute to weave large historical tapestries for his many homes. Until 1938, Dovecot remained a private enterprise. Then, after World War II, it became a commercial venture and focused on working with prominent contemporary artists who provided designs for tapestries. To this day, Dovecot Studios carries on the tradition of working with significant contemporary artists to create works of art in tapestry. This actually isn't the only time on the tour we will see tapestries from Dovecot Studios. When we toured the V&A Museum in Dundee on day 5, they had one tapestry and one tufted rug from Dovecot. The rug had just arrived the week before, and we were some of the first people to get to see it, so stay tuned for that reveal in a few episodes. The size and scale of these looms was just incredible. The building the studio is in used to be an indoor swimming pool, so you can imagine this space with its high glass ceilings to let in the light, its one long room, and now it has been converted into the perfect studio for these massive looms. I couldn't get a good enough view of the art they were working on today, but can you see all the individual colored bobbins hanging off the loom? Not only are these individual colors used, but individual colors are blended together to form new colors when needed as well. This work is truly amazing to see. We then made our way to a hotel for a buffet-style lunch break where we got in a bit of knitting, some chat, and of course some good food. Did you see that pie? It was delish. It was now time for our tour of chocolate experience at the Chocolatarium. Look, I'm not sure if we can truly call this a Scottish experience, as the chocolate is all sourced from the chocolate regions of Central America, South America, and Africa, but this was so much fun. We got the opportunity to pipe our own chocolate shapes, make our own chocolate truffles, we learned how to temper chocolate, and then of course came the chocolate lesson and tasting. They did specifically have chocolates made with Scotch whiskey, so let's say that there's the Scottish experience.
But as for the Scottish story, it goes as for sure, yes. No, it's the same alcohol actually, the same whiskey. There's just more of it. Yeah. So some people, I would say people who really like whiskey normally do really like the truffle as well. But again, sometimes it's not only about the flavor balance, but also what the average consumer would actually prefer and enjoy as well. Because we are trying to target as many people as possible. We are trying to target ratios of the in the middle as well. So what would you say? Would anyone?
One of the coolest parts in the tasting room was that there were 2 walls full of jars of flavored chocolates, and we could choose to taste any of them. My favorite one was a carrot cake chocolate because it was cinnamony and a bit crunchy. Yum! It was then time for our private shopping experience at Ginger Twist Studio. This was fun and chaotic, and I love this shop so much.
There you go.
Thank you!
Not a problem.
Rachel.
Our studio, while you guys are milling about, and you can come in and just observe me and ask questions or whatever. So let me give you a little rundown of how the shop's organized. The wool on this side is all our commercial yarns, so it's thinnest to thickest. As you go in, there's wee Scotch sparks by everything that's Scottish, if that's what you're interested in. And then everything on this side is our in-house hand dye. So we've got everything from lace weight up to chunky. You'll be seeing me dye up some of it tonight. I'll dye up some fingering weight. So everything hanging is all fingering weight. I think we've got 22 different bases now, so a lot of things are all labeled. Loads of samples around. There's a big mirror right there. You can feel free to try anything on, ask any questions.
Okay, so we're here at our private shopping experience at Ginger Twist Studio, and we got Prosecco to help us shop.
Yeah, follows the story. It's really nice. Absolutely.
I know. I love all the colors. It's just so pretty. We have dinner on our own in Edinburgh. I think we're gonna try and go to Dishoom, which is an Indian restaurant. I don't know if you can hear me, but we out here. Right, Ella? Right. Okay, so here's what's happening. After Ginger Twist, we were on our own in Edinburgh for dinner this night, and we tried to go to Dishoom with 10 people, but the wait was an hour long, so we said, no thank you, we don't have that long until we need to be back on the bus. So Rachel, Drenda, and I went to a pub, had some beers, some sandwiches, and a great time. Hi everyone. So I didn't film an outro for any of the vlogs. So here's what's gonna happen. For every vlog, you get me, Leslie from Post Tour at Home. I think this is actually good because I'm gonna give you just a little bit of my thoughts on the day now that I've had a little bit of time to process.
now that I'm home. And I want to show you like all the goodies and stuff that I bought from that day on the trip. Yeah, I've collected everything for today. Today we went to Dovecot Studios. I didn't buy anything there. The Chocolatarium. I've got all my chocolate still. I haven't eaten any of it. Am I crazy? Yeah, I think so. And Ginger Twist Studios. I have my yarn also from Ginger Twist Studios when I went the first time, which I have already shown you in this video, but I'll just show you all of it together and we'll go through it. So let me just start with that. So from my previous trip, you can remember I got this Kinross 4-ply fingering weight. This I'm going to make a Highland Coo stuffed animal. I'm really excited about it. And I also showed you this Rosarios Alvor. Yeah, Alvor in this purple colorway. I did look when we went back. They did not have any more of this color in stock. These were the last two. So I wasn't able to like do an exchange or anything because these were two different dye lots, these two balls. So I'll do my other idea with like very, very low contrast stripes whenever I knit these up. I think I had also shown you these two stitch marker sets. So this one was little sheepies, very cute. And these ones were the flowers. The thistle, some white flowers, and some pink flowers. So the other yarn that I picked up while I was there when we went shopping with the whole group, not that much different actually from what I got before. I got more of the Kinross 4-ply. I don't know, I was really into this yarn. It's Scottish and fingering weight, and they had these two colors, this like navy blue and this like creamy white. So I got 4 skeins of the blue and 3 skeins of the white. My thought is I definitely have enough if I wanted to make a striped t-shirt, and I have like extra enough if I wanted to make a striped tank top, like a Palm Springs tank striped version. I bought more in case I like actually wanted to do a t-shirt, but I'll have to decide which one I want to do first. I'm like going back and forth in my head. Do I really want to do a t-shirt? I like want to do a t-shirt, but like more pressing right now is I feel like I really want a Palm Springs tank that is a blue and white striped, and I basically want to like upgrade the pattern and include some stripe instructions in it, is where my mind has been over the last couple of days since I've been like watching a bunch of people knit the Palm Springs tank, and I feel like this would be the perfect yarn to do that with. So anyways, that's my current thoughts. I've got a bunch of this. And then while I was there, I also picked up a destination doodle deck. So this is an Edinburgh doodle deck. I haven't opened this yet. Let's open it. Okay. It's so cute. The little logo on this is really cute. Okay. Okay, it's got a plaid tartan number 1, love that. Plaid tartan number 2, a little Scottish terrier, whiskey. Oh, the 4th bridge, that's hilarious. We had some hilarious stories with our tour guide about this bridge. Victoria Street, okay. Edinburgh Castle, okay. Oh, there she is, Nessie. Oh, some bagpipes, very cute. Oh, sprig of heather, okay. Probably put this either way, that'd be cute. Some sheepies, we love a good sheep. There's the coo, the Highland coo. Some thistle. we're back to plaid one. Cute! This is actually like a perfect Scottish doodle deck. I love it. Okay, very, very fun. The other thing that I picked up 2 more things. So I picked up these buttons. They're like ceramic, they're kind of heavy, but I thought they were so cute. I think these would actually be really cute on my Ripple cardigan. So maybe if I can get the button band to work out for these. I mean, they're really like thick. So I would need to make like a thick button band and like a wide hole. So we'll see. Or I'll figure something out. And then they had this postcard. I can't remember if I got this the first trip or the second trip. I might have already shown this to you. I can't remember. But I thought this was really cute as well. There's some like knitted things in here. Like the bumblebees knitted. There's their little logo. There's people knitting on a blanket over here. There's some knitted stuff in the fountain. The rock is like knitting. So very, very cute. And then I think I showed you also, I got the blue tote. Oh, there's one other thing. I also got a t-shirt. It's in the wash though. It's just a white t-shirt with the Ginger Twist logo with a blue yarn ball. Can't remember if it's all the way across the front or just over here. But I'm sure you'll see that eventually. So yay. Okay, and then let's see if I can show you some of my chocolates, okay? Okay, let me preface this by saying this workshop was so messy, okay? Like, yes, we were wearing gloves because it was like, you know, we were handling food safety, all of that, yada, yada, yada. But like, as we were like, okay, the main truffles were already made for us. So what we were doing was we were filling them with like caramel or like I can't remember if it was raspberry sauce. I don't remember. So we were filling them and then we were coating the outside with a milk chocolate or a dark chocolate, and then with the extra coating, which was either dark chocolate pieces, white chocolate pieces, or the like dark chocolate dust. But like, as we were doing this, like the dark chocolate that we were using to coat it in was like hardening. So it was just so messy. Anyways, so here is one set of my truffles. I don't even know if you can see it. Yeah, I gotta eat these. Here is another set of my truffles. This is hilarious. Like this one and this one down here are the white chocolate, but this whole bag is just covered in dark chocolate dust and whatever. Okay, and then these are, so like one of the very first things we did was we like did some piping onto this transfer paper that was like animal print. So I chose a cheetah print. They also had like a zebra and something else. And then like we let it harden all of the class, and then at the very end we lifted them up and then it like transferred onto it. So that was pretty cool. I did a couple shapes. I also tried to write out knit, which worked really well, but I can already see that some of my letters got broken during the plane ride home. And then also I just like used up the last of my chocolate and made a really big triangle. That's what this is. Okay, but like, okay, look, here's my K. See? K. I also just did a bunch of hearts. So, you know, heart. Oh, that's an L for Leslie. L for love. Oh, that's a heart. There's the top of my T. There's part of my N. Guys, these were fine until the flight home. There's my I. Oh well, it's fine. They still taste good. They taste like chocolate. All right, so anyway, that is all of the goodies from this first day of the trip. I have to say, I was gonna try and give you a favorite and a least favorite. Least favorite actually was probably Dovecot Studios. So they didn't actually like give us a tour or like talk to us at all about the weavers. Like they sent us up to the observation deck and then we just kind of watched. I thought there was going to be more like information and like the visit was going to be more about that, but we had a whole tour downstairs of the art exhibit that was there, which I thought was really interesting once I learned about the art exhibit, but like that's not what I thought it was going to be. So that was interesting. The Chocolatarium, obviously I really liked, but probably the thing I was most excited about was the shopping at Ginger Twist Studios. So I really, really enjoyed that. So yeah, overall it was a great first day to the tour. I hope you enjoyed this first video and come back tomorrow for day 2. Bye!